Hey everyone, Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker, greatest screenwriter in the history of the world, recovering hobo, and I finally made it to Santa Monica Pier. It's been nearly 4 years since I've been here. I moved from Koreatown, where I was, got evicted, we got the court order. I think Frankie did not even bother to appeal our eviction in court, helped drag it out a little bit longer, and we had 5 days to vacate. I had to find a place quick. I looked on Craigslist, found a place. Well, I found a few places, but one had a phone number. I texted the person. They texted me back right away. Seemed pretty nice. Next morning, went over and visited on the metro. Or actually, I couldn't take the metro. They closed for some reason. It wasn't running to Santa Monica, which was the direction I had to take. There was a problem with the electrification of the wires or something, and I had to take a lift. Coming home, I took the big blue bus. And I said, okay, got the place. Worked out. I have a private bathroom. I've gone through so much. So this is, I don't live here at Santa Monica. I live in West LA. I didn't even know where I was at first. I thought, am I in Culver City technically? Where is this? It's beautiful where I live, idyllic. Not like everything is idyllic, obviously. Like there are people going through such misery, people living on the street, people living in homes, going through stuff we don't even see, financial stress and all kinds of other pressures. I know something about a few of those. I used to be homeless. I was homeless for 2.5 years. 2 of them in LA, 6 months in Virginia. And we have the resources to make sure people are housed. We just don't want to do it. Anyways, we got to change how everything's set up, but it amazes me. I'm like awestruck. It's beautiful. It's painful because so many things hit me about what I've experienced here. Not just the homelessness, which I'm glad for. Like, I'm glad I was homeless. I learned so much. I gained so much. It was so formative for me. But it was also just a lot of things all at once. I was sexually harassed at my job last year for 6 months. That was a living hell, and I still deal with that and struggle with that. My last therapist, man, she was awful. Like, that was more traumatizing to deal with her, because I think, first of all, she just seemed like she didn't like me, maybe. I don't know, like, didn't necessarily believe me or care about what I said. It honestly, I got the vibes that either she didn't know what to say. She's like, oh, this guy's weird. Like, why would he have been homeless, and why did he want to stay homeless? I told her I wanted to stay homeless another year. She's like, why did you want to do that? And that's the thing, she would try to undermine stuff I said because of her, to validate her insecurities, and it was so weird in that respect. Literally, she just seemed checked out, like eyes glazed over sometimes. Maybe part of it, honestly, it just seemed like the way she was looking at me, I don't know if she actually felt this, but it was like, oh, come on, Angela, I've dealt with clients who've been through worse. Anyways, been through a lot, and a lot of it's just hitting me here. Like, damn, man, all that stuff I went through, that hell. And not only that, my writing is still a challenge, so I take screenwriting classes. I work really hard at them. I've got to keep working harder, keep disciplined about putting time in to write and keeping my mind in it. And while I'm doing that, it becomes apparent where I'm progressing in my skills, and at the same time the pressures and challenges on my writing become greater and greater because they become sharper, in greater relief. Like, oh, I see what I have to work on now, and it never ends. And that's a good thing, but it means it never ends. Every story you write, you're kind of starting again. You're having to learn different things, so it's quite a fluctuating situation, or it's just it's the way I want to put it. It's like I'm really living my life now. Whereas before I could say, oh, I'm not really being myself. I'm gonna try at some point, but I'm stuck here in Virginia being a bouncer or whatever. And it's like, here, no, this is actually me being tested and pressured. Anyways, it's beautiful in West LA. It's so idyllic. And there are, even the architecture, the street layouts are bad. People have been killed in high-speed accidents, high-speed crashes. And the streets could be laid out so much more safely. And you see how it is, where the rich areas have the bike lanes, and I have them by where I live, but then you see the big arterial boulevards that do not have them, like Pico and Olympic. But Venice has them, but going west. Going east, not so much. That's where I used to bike through. And it's like, yeah, the east side, they have less money, more industrial area, more commercial business instead of curbside retail. Oh, it's like, oh, city doesn't care about them. It's like, well, why not? They should be the first ones to get it. These are people in financial stress who would benefit so much more from not having to get high cost loans for cars and pay a lot to maintain those cars and require them to get to work, because you lay out a city where you can't take the metro or bike and the trains don't run often enough. All this stuff. We have light rail instead of heavy rail for much of the trains here, so they can't carry many people. They don't run that often. Anyways, it's just a lot hitting me all at once. I was really like upset the last, not all throughout the last few days, but like periods of time throughout the last few days. But it's not just like, oh, I feel bad. It's like, yeah, that's hitting me at one side, but at the same time, coming in with it is the empowering stuff, the good stuff I'm doing to better myself, to, you know, I still get to sleep early, exercise hard, eat right, all that stuff, try and do stuff to be well. And also the biggest thing is just writing, keep writing. And also I've been more socially active. So I got to go to a roller disco lately. That was awesome. I want to go to another one. I want to buy rollerblades. I want to go on more group bike rides. So it's a challenge, you know, with my work and then my classes and my homework, to do all that. And it's amazing to reflect on how, like, the richer areas, Culver City, Santa Monica, get lots of great bike infrastructure and walkable streets, and the lower income areas, South LA, even Koreatown, which it has kind of a mix of all kinds of, I guess, people, different incomes, but like that, virtually nothing. But it's way better in a way to get around, because at least there are side streets than like places I've seen around wherever. I mean, mainly I'm thinking South LA. I was there for Ciclavia. I'm like, this street is hell to be on. Vermont, I think we were on. Like, it was closed, but even then, like, it was open for bikes, but even then it was like ugly. And I'm like, this is miserable. They could improve this so much with bus lanes, bike lanes. They should just run a metro line through here, more than likely. I don't know. And I've got the sea right here. It's so close, I can't believe it. But I gotta just keep moving. That's the thing. Like, what's going to be fulfilling is to keep working. It's not enjoy the sights, the food, all that stuff. Maybe I'll get a little food here. But it's going to be the work. That will be what's fulfilling for me. That continues to be, and it's like an intense adventure. I don't like calling it an adventure. It makes me like dissociate somewhat, but intense experience. It's like working out in a way. It's like you go through pain, but for this pleasure of sculpting your body and being more fit and being able to improve your mobility and just feel better and, you know, have a better posture and all that. Speaking of posture, I'm gonna get up. So, got my own personal police escort there. Seat bench was wet. There's the pier behind me. I can't see the, let's see, I feel safe leaving my bike here for a moment. Let's see if I can get a view of the Ferris wheel. There it is back there. I can't zoom in with a camera like this. Anyways, what a view. That's the Pacific Ocean that I have not seen for years now, despite living a few miles from it. Also, being in West LA, I'm a lot further from Central LA, and it's such a, well, it just takes a while to get on the metro, and even though I live by the metro, which is great, I live by a metro stop, I live by bike trails, bike paths, all that stuff. But I will miss being, even though I haven't been there in like a year, being by all those great movie theaters in Central LA, like Hollywood area, and downtown as well. So Brain Dead Studios, Secret Movie Club, $1 Million Theater, Alamo Draft House, New Beverly. What was another one? Those are some. Oh, the Los Feliz 3. Although they have the Arrow here, which is Los Feliz and the Arrow are run by American Cinematheque, so they have great programming at the Arrow somewhere in Santa Monica. I know they have a Lamley Theater here as well, but I want to find the theaters more in West LA too to see what's there. Even though I don't get to theaters, because I just decided at one point I gotta write. If I'm gonna watch movies, I'll watch them at home. If I want to go out, I'll do stuff that I need to do that's out, like group bike rides or rollerblading. I'm gonna get going. I'm going to take a leak. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe. Keep working at being well. And let's get together. Also, the actors went on strike. Good for them, but it's terrible that this was necessary, that they have to do this. And the writers are still on strike. Let's get worker solidarity across the board. Maybe a general strike is in order. And let's get proper infrastructure for everybody. Let's tax the rich properly. Let's get health care for everyone. All that good stuff. Oh, a fishing line was thrown out behind me. That's pretty cool. Wait, where is it? Can you see it? There you go. A kid just threw out a fishing hook, whatever. Anyways, amazing. So much to see around here. I'm not trying to spend all day, so click like, subscribe, all that stuff helps the video out. That's why they always say that on YouTube. Oh, I just hurt my neck turning it like that. That's my cue to go. All right, bye.